Can people identify themselves?
Yeah, my name is Ferdi Suleiman. I've read your paper and you say that you're very hopeful about Turkey and the changes that are happening in Turkey. That is one of the 7 reasons that you say is increasing the hope. You're saying the 2 leaders are both from the same political sort of leaning. That is also giving hope. But a lot of people are saying that in Cyprus, Turkish Cyprus, they're not seeing that sort of forward-leaning from Turkey to press for a united Cyprus. I mean, they may be saying that in the international scene, but in Cyprus, as a Turkish Cypriot, I feel that the message that is coming is slightly different. For example, the Turkish embassy in northern Cyprus does not have any relationship, or does not form any relationship with people who are actually pressing for a united Cyprus. Rejects them outright. Second thing is a lot of people protesting that the embassy itself is fully aware and fully in motion, organizing further and more population transfer into Cyprus. I mean, I don't know how we can compromise that with you saying that. No.
Well, the answer to that is, I think, quite simple.
There is no clear cut. What I'm really saying is that there is no clear cut.
Okay. Why did I write what I wrote? I wrote what I wrote because Greek-Turkish Forum has had briefings at the highest level of the Turkish government at various stages. And because it's Chatham Rules, House Rules apply, I'm not at liberty to say with whom it is, but it's about as high as you can get. And this gentleman expressed, because it's not, I think, a breach of confidence to say that it was a gentleman, as there are no women in the higher reaches of the Turkish government. This gentleman made almost exactly word for word what I put down, not in his mouth, but in the mouth of a senior AKP leader. I am talking about the AKP. I am not talking about the Turkish embassy, and still less am I talking about the Turkish military. I would be expecting the Turkish military to be organizing for all they are worth those who are nevers. The Turkish embassy, it will depend on what the bureaucrats in Ankara and the foreign ministry in Ankara are saying. And so far as I am aware, and I am not fully informed, and I do not say that I have access to privileged information, I don't, but such evidence as I have is that the bureaucrats in Ankara have not got any message to the effect that the Turkish government is going for a settlement. And will they please get ready to negotiate on that basis? If they get that message, they will comply. But I don't think they have yet got that message. Therefore, I agree with you in what you said. However, the logic of the AKP's position, is to stay on the road to European Union membership, which they know very well they will not get in the lifetime of the present government. They know that. They knew it in 2002 and 2003. They knew it all the time, that they would not get into the European Union easily, but they were determined to stay on that road for economic reasons and social reasons which are important to Turkey. I mean, it's a matter of Turkey's national interest. If the AKP government therefore gets the message, the AKP leadership, who are very impressive people, I know some of them, in fact I know all of them, I've met all of them at some stage or other. I don't know them all well, but I have met all of them at some stage or other. If these people who are at least as of high equality as individuals, as the leaders of Britain, Greece, or any well or even badly governed European country, we're talking about people of great intelligence, if they get the message that, look, the message they're likely to get is this: look, we are going to let you off the hook in December. I think all the evidence is that in December not a single unpleasant word will be spoken. But if there is no settlement by March, you're in bad trouble in June. Make a move. My experience of the way Ankara behaves in foreign policy matters on Cyprus is that Ankara moves extremely rapidly, has prepared a long time beforehand and then moves extremely rapidly. We know that 3 weeks ago there was a meeting of all the Turkish experts on Cyprus. Mr. Talat was not there, of course. He was called in a week later to be told what they had discussed. We don't know what they said. They are very good at keeping their confidence. We do know that when in November 2002, Denktash, after 1 full year of saying, I will not sit down with Clarides unless I have these and these and these concessions, he suddenly wrote a letter saying, proposing a meeting without having achieved any of those concessions. Suddenly. Did that sudden move reflect developments at that moment? No, it had been prepared. When in April 2003 there was the sudden opening of the Green Line, do we really think that that happened, that there had been no position papers, it hadn't been discussed at a high level? No, obviously there had been preparation. When in January 2004 suddenly Mr. Tayyip Erdogan first went to Davos, then went to see George Bush, and then went to see the Secretary General and said, we're ready to move, and Annan 5 started getting going, obviously that too had been considered very carefully. But when the Greek-Turkish Forum had visited Ankara in November, the previous November, 2 months previously, the people we spoke to were more negative than at any other time we've been to Ankara. They were putting up a wonderful diplomatic front, for which they get full marks. If you want to do your diplomacy that way, that's the way you do it. And full marks for technically getting it right. They got it technically right. So I will not, from what you tell me, which is absolutely true, everything you say is accurate, conclude that they are not thinking about making a move. They may be, they may not be. We don't know. What we have got to do is to get them the message that if you don't, nobody's going to trouble you in December, because everybody is still hoping in Europe that they will make a move. But if we get to June, May, June, when the next time comes round, it'll be under the Spanish presidency, not the Swedish presidency, then you're in bad trouble. And this is a fundamental part of your policy, staying on the road to Europe. I hope I've replied to your question.
Are there other questions?
No, I'm not making a prediction it will happen. Let me be quite clear. I'm saying that if they follow the logic of what they themselves say, then they should be thinking seriously about making a move. Any other question? If not, I'll go into the rest of what I have to say.
Who's got the logical?
Sorry?
Who's got the logical?
Who's got the logical?
Chichek, yesterday in Cyprus,
Yes.
in northern part of Cyprus, he says we got 2 government
Yes.
in Cyprus,
Yes.
we got 2 democracy,
Yes.
we got 2 people,
Yes.
and the solution will be based on that. Earlier you said, have they got the message or not? Ankara got the message or not? But who's going to give them the message?
Yes, okay.
That's the point. That's the point. The master of the Cyprus situation, which they create the Cyprus, have they decided to allow the Cypriot Turkish community leader and Greek community leader to find the solution?